Hi everyone. Have you ever felt like I need a massive big detox, right? Because you just don't feel good in your body and like you're snapping at everyone. That would be me. And then Peter says, Grady, you have like shit on the liver, so get rid of it. So have you ever wondered, how can I do a detox? And you just feel so overwhelmed that you don't do your detox. Today we're just going to give you 4 tips, 4 shortcuts to allow you to have a detox that's easy and productive.
Well, it comes at a timely time as well, because we've just been through Christmas holiday time, so
and the kids go back to school.
The kids are going back to school, so you can concentrate more on yourself again. But we've often during holiday time we get a bit lax, and I want to ask you a question too. Would you prefer pumping tomato sauce around in your capillaries, your blood vessels, or red wine? What do you think would flow the best?
Well, that's a bit of a stupid
because I often see people's blood under the microscope, and I often see all the blood cells all clumped together, and the blood is as thick as tomato sauce, you could say. And some of those people say they're on blood thinners, but they aren't on blood thinners, they're on anticoagulants that stop it clotting. Water really is the only thing that thins blood.
Mm-hmm.
So
not red wine then? Well,
not really red wine, because the alcohol makes us pee more and dehydrates us. So,
that's true.
But the consistency of red wine, that's what your blood ideally would flow at, and it flows a lot easier. There's a litre of blood flows through your liver every minute. So in a 24-hour period, you've pumped through 240 gallons of blood every day.
Through the liver.
Through the liver. And people, as Grada said, often say they have to do a detox, but you've got an amazing organ that detoxes all the time.
And that's your liver.
That's the liver.
And then we have our kidneys too. So you have your one liver, which is a huge organ, by the way, and then you have 2 kidneys, most people do anyway. And then the skin is also, you detox through the skin. We'll talk about it in a minute. And what wasn't mentioned in the article is that the thyroid also filters. So the thyroid is here, and I think it filters your entire blood volume every 17 seconds or minutes. Don't get me, I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that the thyroid also filters blood. So we have all these amazing mechanisms that filter your body and remove toxins and heavy metals, and your body wants to get rid of viruses, bacteria, heavy metal, toxins, worms, and all sorts of things. So how can you do that best? And to be honest, there is a time and a place for a detox, right? And some people go overboard. On the other hand, we have had clients who just detox all the time and they can't relax about just being who they are and trusting in their body. So that's not good either. But most people do benefit from a regular detox. So we have 4 steps. So do you want to talk about step number 1, or shall I?
Step 1 is what I mentioned. We've got to drink water. Water is the only thing that will thin the blood, so the liver and kidneys can filter it properly, and it'll also flow around the body, taking nutrients and oxygen to the tissues and returning waste to the kidney and kidneys and liver to filter. So a litre of water for every 30 kilograms of body weight adequately hydrates us in cool weather. So if it's hot weather and we're sweating a lot, and if we exercise and breathe off a lot we need a bit extra. Plus if we drink alcohol or
coffee,
caffeinated drinks, we need some more because they dehydrate.
Yeah. So apparently monkeys, who are like little humans, they drink 4 times as much water as us, or more. Their
urinary system is the same as humans, and they pass 4 times the amount of urine
yeah.
per kilogram of body weight than humans do.
In other words,
they probably drink 4 times as much.
Well, I guess so. Otherwise, but the whole point is they're swinging off the tree branches, whereas we get all stiff and sore, right? So
we can't get up to the first branch of them.
And there was also a book written by a doctor. I think she was actually a cancer doctor who caught cancer herself, and as a last resort, when she was on a deathbed already, her last resort was like that. She realized she was always in a state of chronic dehydration, and she had read some articles about over or like flooding your body with fresh water, and so she gave that a go because she had nothing to lose, because she only had like days to live. And she actually recovered from her cancer. And this lady was a doctor, so she was very critical about alternative medicine. So she recovered by flooding her water with water and flushing out all the toxins.
Plus having all her good minerals and trace minerals in the form of pure salt.
So not all water is equal either, so we recommend filtered water. And if you want information about different water filters, you can send us an email or a message, personal message us on our Facebook. Pete?
Yep.
Because we can talk about that as well.
You can check the colour of your urine to see whether you're hydrated or not. If there's any colour in it, then you're a little bit dehydrated. Ideally, urine should be colourless and odourless. So we probably need to be passing urine like those monkeys. We'd be passing a fairly decent amount of urine every hour if we hydrate our bodies properly.
Yeah. So another surprising detox you can do is using beet flow. So, and Pete will explain to you in a minute why. So a really super easy detox for your liver is like you take 2 beet flow every half an hour for about 3 hours. So let's say if you were to start at 10 o'clock in the morning, you take 2, and then you take another 2 at 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30, 12, and so on for 2 or 3 hours. And that helps to flush out, it helps to make your bile flow. So the bile gets too sticky. Your bile contains all the waste product, by the way, so lots of people don't realize how important it is to keep your bile nice and flowy. And it contains nitric oxide. Beet flow contains nitric oxide. You want to talk about that for a second?
Nitric oxide is prevalent in the beet, which the beet flow's got a lot of from the beet leaf and the beet root. It also contains taurine, which both those things, nitric oxide and taurine, dilate little tubes in the body. So they're dilating your arteries and capillaries, and also dilating the bile ducts, so the bile will flow properly, but the blood will flow properly as well. So if we had an elderly woman brought to us one time by a daughter, asking whether we could do anything for her. She was in kidney failure, about to start dialysis. And we suggested maybe try the beet flow. Anyway, she started one beet flow 3 times a day, and she didn't have to go on dialysis because the liver started getting rid of the waste and took the load off the kidneys. And it was that simple, really.
Yeah.
And she needed to drink her water and keep her circulation going so the liver could filter it properly. But it was amazing that she didn't have to go on dialysis.
I know.
And I've got another dialysis story a bit later on in the video.
Okay. Oh, I'm curious now. Okay, good. Well, so then tip number 3, I think we're on, is your skin. So we talked about your liver and your kidneys. And the skin, of course, is the largest organ of the body, and it expels toxins as well. That's why people get skin rashes and like painful skin problems. When your internal organs are overloaded with toxins, often it has to come out through the skin.
And we excrete 40 to 50% more of heavy metal toxins that are in our body through the skin than we do through the kidneys or liver.
Which is amazing, isn't it? Right.
But some people can't sweat. and that's a sure sign of not having enough iodine.
Yeah, iodine deficiency.
But there's no iodine in our soils now. Thyroid needs it to set our metabolism, and it's essential to supplement with really from the day we conceive to the day we die.
We just generally put it on our skin somewhere. Like mine, I can still see it a little bit. Hey? So, is that okay? Am I interrupting? You can drink it, like put it in.
I put about 20 drops in my first glass of water, first thing in the morning.
I like to put it on my skin. I don't know, because it works well. I can keep an eye on it. I can see how easy it soaks in or not. I've already had 2 lots today, so also gives you lots of energy. And yeah, so there are, like Peter said, there are people who literally can't sweat. They just get really, really hot. They start to boil. So there's something wrong with their sweating mechanisms, right?
So step 4 is sweating.
But again, like make sure you start supplementing with your healthy salt as well as iodine. And I'm not talking about iodized salt because that's got the wrong type of iodine in it. All right, so, and then before long, you'll actually start sweating. So Pete wants to say something about that now.
And a couple of years ago, I built a wood-fired sauna that we enjoyed down by the river. And there was one guy I was talking to about having a sauna, and he said he had a friend who needed dialysis due to kidney failure. And he said his friend has a sauna once a week, and he can lengthen out the time he needs his dialysis. He can spread it out. If he needed his dialysis every week, he could spread it out to 2 weeks, or if he had needed it every 2 weeks, he spread it out to a month, just by going in it and sweating. So his skin was getting rid of the toxins.
Because
so
the skin is your third kidney.
Yeah, it's classified the third kidney. And it's there was a big study done over in Finland where they have lots of saunas. People have lots of saunas, and the people, they were followed for about 20 years, long study. And the people who had 2 or 3 saunas a week, they didn't contract or die of anywhere near the
24% less
diseases that people who only saunaed once a week.
What about people who's never sauna?
Well, they'd be a lot further down the track, I'm sure, because they're not. The waste is just being not.
24%, that's huge, isn't it? That's a quarter, really. So,
yeah.
So
they improved their health by 25%, you could say, by having 2 to 3 saunas a week instead of just having one.
So Pete and I, we really love, it's a big sauna that Peter built, and we also invite you to use it. So it's attached in this article that we'll attach to the video so you can read up about it. If you'd like to book your own private session in the sauna in the forest near the Fourth River, it's $45 per session per person. So you just need to feel free to reach out to us, send us a personal message, or ring the Purple House to book your session.
Needs to be booked so I can light it, because it takes about 40 minutes to warm up. Yeah.
And then there are some agreements and forms to fill in and stuff like that for your own safety, like we have rules, of course. It's a large sauna, so it can hold a group of 6 people. So if 6
to 8.
Yeah. Yep. So we do also lease it out to groups for $245 per
session.
Yeah,
for about an hour session. A bit more.
Yeah. So of course you're not going to sit and cook in the sauna for a whole hour. Like you just stay in there for as long as you can last, whether it's 5 or 10 minutes. Then you go and have a cold dip in the ice bath or in a bath that's there, or a cold shower that's there, or a dip in the Fourth River on a calm day. So we do this regularly, and honestly, it makes such a huge difference, doesn't it? Yeah. You really just become alive from the inside out. So that's available. Also, like, I mean, there are saunas that you can buy, of course, and install in your own house. So they're 4 things that we wanted to say. So I had some other things written now, but I can't remember what they were. But the thing is, it's in the article. Your own health is in your hand, right? Nothing, your destiny isn't stuck, written in cement, right? And even scientists now know that your genes don't determine the outcome of your life either, because our genes are turned off and on by our behavior, by our thinking, by our actions, by our diet and our environment as well. So sometimes we also have to detox from old friendships, because like our thoughts and feelings turn into chemicals into our bloodstream as well. So like if you are hanging out with the wrong crowd, you can detox all you like, you know, but it's still not going to have the desired results, because you're putting toxins back into your body. And they also say you become like the 5 people that you hang around with the most. So just be careful who you involve yourself with, because you are important. You know, you deserve to have the best life, you deserve to have happiness and a healthy body. And you know, sometimes you just need to tweak your internal, your diet and things a bit, but you also need to really look at, is your family or friends or whoever, your work environment supporting you or not? Because you deserve to have a good life.
If you come and have a peek at your live and dried blood, it also helps you to convince yourself that you may need to do something.
Wow, it's so amazing to look at your own blood. Because you see everything floating around your internal environment, you see it happening in front of the screen, because I mean we've got a computer screen that you can see it on, and it builds a lot of respect. Like straight away you just feel so much more respect for your own body, right? For how intelligent it is and everything that it's doing, when you don't even have to do anything really to support it. It's just all happening in the background. But I feel like with most of us, we all need to believe in ourselves more and in the amazing ability of our body to restore health and to get younger every day, not older. I feel like people give up on themselves too much, too quickly. And actually research has now shown that your most productive years are between 60 and 70, and your second most productive years are between 70 and 80, and your third most productive years are between 50 and 60. So really, if you're young and you're listening to us, the best is yet to come. And if you're our age, like I'm 62 and Pete is 65, you're in the middle of your most productive years of your life. So, and we're really enjoying our lives, aren't we, Pete? And this is like, you know, our lives haven't always been rosy. I got hit by a truck, I had to recover.
Plus we had 6 children.
I know. Actually, the interesting thing is we live in Forth, and I had a near-death experience just up the road when I got hit by a truck, and Peter nearly drowned when he was 19, actually in the Forth River. So we both have a lot of history between us, but we both feel like happier all the time and stronger in ourselves and more resilient, and we're creating a more harmonious life, and that happens from the inside out. So I really encourage everyone to do the same. So we share our stories to really inspire you and to empower you. That's what we're here for. So if you need a session with us, we are here Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. We also do telehealth sessions, like Peter can look at your issues via the Zoom, right? So he has a special way of doing that. And I also work distantly, so I take a look under the bonnet, basically energetically speaking, so I can look deep into your issues with my intuitive abilities, or whatever you like to call it. That works very well as well. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Reach out to us and have a good week.
Let us know if you find this interesting, how we can help you, and what your questions are, and then maybe we can talk about them next time. Thanks everyone.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye.